Hey everyone. So today we'll be looking at how functions work in Python. So if you're not actually familiar with what functions are and how they work, a good example would be to think of them as a mini package of sorts. They're a little container for storing code that gets called repeatedly during any big program that you write or any set of instructions you're executing. Now, let's say we have a program that asks for the user's input, and we'll ask them to enter name, and we'll also ask them to enter age. So, and we'll say enter age. Now, imagine this is just a part of a program where here we have tons of lines of code up here and lots of code below as well. So uh, if you had to print out whatever the user gave as input, you would say print name is, and then you'd close it off and say with a comma the name, and you could say print ages, and you would say the age. I mean, this is a pretty bad program. I mean, it does basically nothing, but you get the point. This program is just taking in the input and then printing out the output. So say this is a very crucial part of your big project program and you wanted to put this several times. Like this is the first time that it happens, and then there was some other code here, something else, lots and lots of code over here, and then you again wanted the same code over here. Like you wanted this code to execute twice, one after, not one after other necessarily, but there was some other code. So what would you do? Like, would you just copy this code again, and after whatever your code was there, like imagine some code over here. So like, would you again copy and paste each and every time that you need to write that code? You wouldn't. That's where functions come in. What they do is they help you in making sure that you write once and you store it in such a way, in such a manner that it is readily available for you to call upon again anytime you want. So the way that we can do that is using a keyword in Python called def. Def actually means defining. That means you're defining a function. You need to say def, and then you need to give a name to your function. Let's just call this the intro, and then you need to provide open and close parentheses. Now, as to why we need to provide these, they are for passing arguments. If you already know about programming languages, then you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what are arguments, we're gonna have to wait until we later see them in upcoming videos. We're not gonna get uh, overwhelmed by them just yet. And then what you need to do is you need to provide a colon, and then whatever code that we need to provide goes inside here with the indentation. If you remember from all our previous lectures, I'll cut this and I'll paste it here. Python is very strict when it comes to indentation. Why? Because it does not have things such as brackets or curly braces. So indentation is the only thing that separates code in Python. So here, this indentation shows us that this part of the code belongs to this function intro. So I can save this, and if I run this, nothing happens because all I did here was create this function. I never called that function. That is the terminology. Whenever you need to use this function, you need to call it. To call that function, all you need to do is just provide its name with parentheses. That's it. So if I save this and if I hit run now, the code starts executing. So I can say John, I can say 55, and it says my name is John, age is 55. So I can now, once I've got this code, what I can do is I can just say print some other code here, and so and so, and after some other lines I can call that same intro code again. Within my one program I can call the same code again and again. So if I do this, it says some other code, and then the same code starts running again. So that's how it works, and that's the basics of how functions work in Python. And for more complicated things on functions, I'll be see you guys next time.